Today's review, we'll be reviewing the Stephen Hopkins film from 1993 called Judgment Night. It stars Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr., Stephen Dorff, Dennis Leary, and Jeremy Piven. Now, it is a movie that I grew up with. Well, I was 13 when I first saw it, and it was one of those first films that really just knocked me out of my seat. I was so wrapped up in every little moment, so blown away at every little turn. It was one of the biggest and best movie experiences of my life at the time. Now, I was only 13 when I first saw it. Now, so yeah, half my lifetime ago, given the next 13 years, and an ample amount of knowledge later, Judgment Night is not as good as I once thought it was. And, that's fine. That's fine. People grow out of things. People mature. But I can't possibly give Judgment Night much of a negative rating because I won't forget my first few years watching the film. Like, when I was 13 and I first saw it just did such a big number on me. I really don't want to say that Judgment Night is anything bad. Yes, now that I'm older, I can see all its flaws, but, that's fine. That's fine. Every movie has flaws. Well, just about every movie has flaws. And, so what? So what if it has flaws? As long as it somewhat does the job, as long as there's some good that amounts to it. And besides, as I said, one of the biggest emotional impacts of my teenage years. And yeah, it was just amazing at the time. Yeah, it's not anymore, but that's totally fine. The thing that really got me with Judgment Night is its general premise. Emilio Estevez the movie stars Emilio Estevez as a family man named Frank, and he wants to just head out, just have a good time with his younger brother, who's played by Stephen Dorff, and his two best friends, who are Cuba Gooding Jr. and Jeremy Piven. Jeremy Piven leased an RV for the night, and they're gonna go out, have a boys' night out, go to a boxing match in the they're in the suburbs, right? And they want to go to the city to see this really fun boxing match. It's gonna be fun, right? On their way there, they get stuck in heavy traffic on the freeway, and they take a shortcut, and it winds them up in the projects. So, yeah, they're lost, don't know what's happening, don't know what's going on, and they accidentally hit someone with the RV. They bring the guy into the RV, and they realize that the guy's been shot, and he has money, a big wad of money with him, and so they're freaking out, and they wind up crossing paths with Dennis Leary's character, who is the antagonist of the film. Dennis Leary's character's name is Fallon, and he is a brutal, wisecracking bad guy. He's just a sadistic killer, and his gang winds up killing the man that our good guys wound up hitting with their car. And while our guys witness it, Fallon and his goons hunt them down throughout the urban jungle and try to kill them. I've always really liked that premise. Like, there are these four ordinary nobody guys just wanting to have a good time, and they just try to fight for their lives against against these brutal killers whom they really stand no chance against. But after some time, the writing of this film just simply doesn't cut it for me anymore. The flaws in the writing and the like if the movie's it's by no means slow. There's a couple of scenes that I thought could have been cut just a tiny bit, but that's I don't want to bash any of those. The it's really it all just came down to the writing of this. There's a few other films about a few other cat and mouse films that are simply better than this, and um, this simply isn't as good as I once thought it was. Seeing Emilio Estevez as the main character, who really must find it in himself to fight back and everything. A guy like Emilio Estevez, you don't really associate with being, aside from Young Guns, who's great in Young Guns, but he's more normal in Judgment Night, and I really liked that about this. Cuba Gooding Jr. and Stephen Dorff I knew that they could easily pull off the whole cat and mouse action thrill trope. Jeremy Piven, this is my first Jeremy Piven film. He's best known for doing Entourage. I really liked him in Judgment. I thought he was a really good character. Dennis Leary is another one that was a pretty big surprise. He's best known for doing his comedy stuff, but yeah, he does bring a little bit of comedy to this, just to add some vibrance to his character. But overall, he's a pretty freaky bad guy in this, and I thought that was really good on their behalf. So, on the whole, Judgment Night from 1993. If you're a teenager, definitely see it. If you don't have an ample amount of film knowledge, go see it. If you're looking for just a little bit of time to kill, definitely go see it. If it's a night of, if you just want a little bit of nostalgia, this movie is from 1993, right? It's pretty nostalgic. Definitely go see it. But if you're a big film fanatic, then it's disposable. It's not one it's not one to really write home about. I originally thought that it was. I don't think that it is anymore. So yeah, when I was a kid, it was a perfect 4-star film. Now, if I were to see it with fresh eyes for the first time now, I would give it a reasonable 3-star rating film. So the way that stands right now, 3.5 stars out of 4.